This is Stanhope Gardens in Sydney's northwest, a gated community for people over 50.
I've lived here 31 years. For the first time, I'm not happy here. I have considered leaving, but then I'm pretty stubborn.
Pensioner Mary Preston is one of almost 100 residents at Stanhope Gardens who've discovered they've been paying too much for electricity.
Some people were overcharged by nearly $2,800, and many of us have been done out of a considerable amount of money. Now this just shows how incorrect the operators' calculations were.
Mary claims she's owed more than $1,500.
It's just impossible.
Mary and her neighbours are locked in to what's called an embedded network. It's a setup that supplies power to a site with many homes, such as an apartment block or retirement village. The electricity runs through a main meter before reaching each household. This setup means if a contractor or owner's corporation is in charge of the meter, it can buy electricity in bulk and on-sell the power to residents. Earlier this year, the New South Wales Civil and Administrative Tribunal ruled they were entitled to a refund, totalling $78,000. But residents claim they're owed almost twice that amount. An appeal will be heard next month.
We've had to fight very hard to get justice. Had to go to the tenants' union and have solicitors and barristers to get justice.
The owners of Stanhope Gardens, Gateway Lifestyle, told 7:30 it's refunded residents according to the tribunal's orders. It says the current laws around charging residents for electricity are badly drafted and practically unworkable.
We are not able to change our provider. We don't have any choice. We buy our electricity from the park operator.
People in embedded networks are second-class energy citizens. For instance, if you're in a really dire scenario where you can't afford to pay, you don't receive the same sorts of assistance that a normal energy retailer would have to provide. You also don't have the same price regulation as other people, so you may be paying $300 or $400 more.
Because the private contractors running embedded networks aren't covered by the same rules and regulations as energy market retailers, they can leave customers with less protection.
We are aware that there have been some frustrations experienced by customers who feel that the embedded networks framework doesn't allow them enough flexibility, and they may be frustrated that they can't change retailer easily. And to those customers, we simply encourage them to ring their retailer and or ask their strata committee to ring their retailer.
A new study by the Victoria Energy Policy Centre released to 7:30 has found customers on embedded networks in Victoria are paying up to $439 a year more than the best deal they could be getting if they were able to switch retailers. According to the research commissioned by the Victorian Government, typical customers on embedded networks could reduce their bills by 36% if they could switch to the best deal on the market. The Australian Energy Market Commission says it's estimated there are at least 500,000 customers on embedded networks.
There's a lot of people out there that may have no idea they're in an embedded network. In some instances, it looks like a normal retailer that you signed up with, and they wouldn't realise until a dispute arises and they're told.
At this brand new complex in Melbourne's inner north, residents were signed up to an embedded network before they'd even moved in. Fred Pereira lives by himself in this one-bedroom apartment.
So I got told that my building has an embedded network for electricity and gas after I signed my lease, and I was like, what is that? I don't know what that is. And they were saying that they'd be able to give me a better deal on electricity, that it wasn't really something to worry about.
Even though he's rarely at home, his bills are through the roof.
So for this one, which was across like 2 months, this was $223. This one was $212 again for 2 months. And then this last one, which was for 4 months, was $360. Yeah, pretty bad.
But when he tried to switch his electricity supplier, he couldn't access his meter number.
Yep, so the meter's behind this door here. It's behind a lock cupboard, so I can't get in. So even if I wanted to change power providers, I can't because I can't actually see the number.
The embedded network provider in Fred's building, OC Energy, and its new owner, Origin Energy, both declined an interview with 730. In a statement, Origin told 730 the residents of Fred's apartment block are only paying marginally more than the default price set by the Victorian government. This year, the Energy Markets Commission recommended changes to the rules governing embedded networks.
Some of my neighbours have been frustrated enough to sell up and leave, or just break their leases and leave where they live because of just how expensive it is.
Both Fred and Mary want other embedded network customers to be aware of the possible drawbacks and avoid the battles they've had to fight.
It's really starting to affect my health, and I don't think this is fair. They're huge companies against an individual like me, and they've put me in a near impossible position.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.